I've also been in relationships with people like that, and it is very difficult to get them out of it. And especially even in those situations, I've asked them, they need to go to therapy, because that is something they have to tweak. And if they don't, it ends up becoming, again, it breeds and goes into depression, motivation, anxiety, and so forth. Next one as well is another one, is imposter syndrome. This can be something, again, if you are from a background where you don't have privilege, you believe that you are not, there's so much self-doubt around that. So characteristics: persistent belief that one's successes are undeserved and due to luck. Now, there is a bit elements of luck in life, but also you do work hard, and people do, put in the work. The old saying, you say, put in the work. That's to do with helping out themselves. So the effect of that, it creates chronic self-doubt. It prevents celebrating achievements. It causes anxiety about being found out, and that anxiety then leads to the motivation and then the negative mindset. And the limit reaches for opportunities. So you'll think, oh, well, I'm not good enough for that, so I won't apply for it, or I won't do that, or I won't apply because, oh, someone's going to be better than me. But that's the thing. You even if you may not have the qualifications to do something, and actually many people who are successful or have achieved things didn't have the actual qualifications or the actual know-how. They just put their effort into getting it right. And the example of this is a successful professional constantly worries they don't deserve their position and works excessively to prove their worth, leading to burnout, depression if they lose their job, or they end up having the burnout or a breakdown, or they lead to anxiety because they're always worried. And probably this is one of the next ones I think is very important, and we get this a lot with people who have come from poor backgrounds and ended up wealthy, is a scarcity mindset. And these characteristics believe that there's never enough time, money, or opportunity. And this affects, they're very much, it creates unnecessary competition, prevents collaboration and generosity. It leads to short-term thinking. And this causes stress and anxiety around resources. And this is very much something we notice a lot when we're working with, as a therapist, we notice a lot of people have these issues. An example is a client hoards information from colleagues, fearing that sharing knowledge will diminish their value to the organization. We also have this with people, that some people hoard belongings, they hoard things, or they keep things for too long. And that means because they're worried that they'll never get it again. And that's very much something has an issue, very much so. The last one I think is very important, and I think this again goes into confirmation bias. And again, we see this a lot on social media. It's a tendency to seek out and favor information that confirms existing beliefs. Now, I'm going to talk about this, about confirms existing beliefs, because it's called Heigel's effect. And it's about how people then they actually want to see the other opportunity and see another version of themselves to then come up with their own belief working. But in this example of confirmation biases, they actually want to be in an echo chamber and everything they say works. So the effects of this, it prevents learning and growth. It creates closed-mindedness. It leads to poor decision-making because you just think, oh, I'm going to do this because I know I'm right. And it reinforces negative patterns, which then in the end, if they're a poor decision, it leads to anxiety and then motivation issues and then again depression.